Hi guys. Okay, so I'm trying to get my individual signs done, but since we are in a full moon, we've had a full moon lunar eclipse. I wanted to do a pick a card full moon reading. So specifically intended for the full moon, by whatever pile you choose. We have the first pile, which was this door, and there'll be a picture, of course, at the beginning of this. You can pick your door ahead of time. And the stone, opalite, that is the first pile. This door. And I have not read the backs of these. I have not, but I did get some intuitive messages while I was focusing on the door, pulling cards on it. So those may come in or they may not. But here was the second door. With this agate. And this was the third door. This was the stone. This is a stone I found when we were kayaking. It's like a perfect kite, perfect diamond shape, like a kite. Naturally like that, you guys. I found that. That's pretty cool. It feels very good. A lot of that stone. Okay, so we're going to start with the first pile. You can go to the timestamps in the description and go straight to the cards you picked, or you can just watch it all. It's up to you. So the first door was this door. And the door reading on the back says palmistry. This is into esoteric stuff, tarot. It says fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. Nice. I'll put this door right up here. That's your door. All right, so let's see what major arcana you guys got. The Magician. Manifesting, using all your elements and your energies wisely. Could be, I was feeling with this door, there's a kind of a meticulous, focused, like one step at a time kind of energy. Let's see what you guys got for the tarot. We got the 8 of Wands, 5 of Stars, and the Queen of Stars. Wow. Focused on some kind of goal. It could be a financial goal. This pile is feeling very earthy. You could be really, really working hard and putting a lot of energy and effort into. You could be trying to get out of debt right now. You could be trying to put yourself in a physically better place or a spiritually better place. But I am feeling like with the Queen of Stars here, there is a mothering energy, like nurturing something, taking care of something. Could be really taking care of somebody else. I'm also feeling that's coming in too. So let's get a little more on this. Memories. This could be that that Queen of Stars energy. It could very well be memories about a mother or some kind of there's some kind of mom energy coming through here with and there's like a loss, but it's like trying to work towards making yourself feel not so lost. This could be you're feeling like, or even unhealthy, like, or somebody, remember that time. This is kind of strange. I don't get this all the time, but I feel like something's happening fast here with either yourself or some kind of feminine energy around you. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mom, it could be a masculine energy, but it is more feminine, more like nurturing, could be just a masculine nurturing energy, but also like there's a feeling here of like saving, like step by step, doing something like getting out of debt or getting healthier step by step, or taking care of something, nurturing something like little by little. But I'm also getting with this. So this is interesting because this is the second time this card has come out today. And it came out in Cancer's reading, but it says lots of different things. It's really about like not putting rose-colored glasses on, about the past and stuff, but that's not what I'm feeling here. I'm feeling memory, actual memory, like working on, it almost feels like there's it almost feels like there's an opportunity to help somebody, maybe a mother or a type of feminine energy that may, or they could be also helping you. And there is like a feeling here of like repaying somebody or paying back. I am feeling like paying off a debt or paying back somebody or something like that. Like, remember that time I loaned you that money, or remember that time I was there for you, or remember that time. It's just interesting. I am getting that. And then we got responsibility. The deer, the memories. She's wearing the helmet with the antlers, but she's yet friends with the deer. I always feel this with this card. Like there is a responsibility in carrying on our ancestors. I am feeling like an ancestor type energy, like a mother energy. You could be needing to take on more responsibility for a mother, or I was feeling like that. I don't like to say this stuff, but I was feeling like an Alzheimer's type energy, like a memory thing. Like you could be needing to take responsibility for, and somebody could be even sharing their memories with you. And I am feeling like there was like, there's a feeling here of in the past, this mothering energy. That's the energy in this card. There's this responsibility, wearing the antlers, kind of teaching you or showing you something about being gentle and nurturing. And it's like almost time to like, remember when I took care of you, remember when I wiped your butt, remember when I wiped your nose, remember when I took you to the doctor. That kind of energy. It feels like taking care of something. Whoever this is resonating with, I feel like this pile is about taking care of somebody who possibly took care of you like a mother. There is like a feeling here of, and I'm even getting, this is strange, but I'm getting the message like the feminine energy, the motherly energy saying like, and this person could be here. You could be actually working with this person, communicating with this person, focusing on this person. But it's like, I learned, like, you don't have to make like the same mistakes as me or the same, like I did it for us both. Like, that's what I'm feeling like. I did it for us both. so that you can be more gentle. And I feel like there might have been like, it's interesting. And then we got animal allies with the lamb here, which is also like gentle and also paying attention to the animal kingdom. And there's a deer over here. The memory could have something to do with being in nature, being around animals. But this energy is also like with the door here, it's like you could be really like, I feel like the motherly energy is like, may not even express it necessarily, but is maybe right now. Like they're deep, like intuitive, like nature. And step by step, like I'm feeling like somebody here has taught you to be more responsible, take care of things they've learned the hard way. And they may be needing your help even after they've even taught you this stuff. And there could be even memories around this that are tough, but not out of a not loving way. I don't feel that. Got creation. This is the magician energy. Oh, and crossing. Interesting. You know, I was just reading, it's interesting, but during the full moon, throughout history, like in down in South America, I forget the name of the people, but they believe that when the moon was full, and during the lunar eclipse specifically, it would be the animals like eating the moon because they were starving, because the wolves weren't, like there's all kinds of, you'd have to look up all the stories, but then like the past loved ones or ancestors would come through. I almost want to look that up, and I didn't know this was going to come in, but I'm feeling like some kind of ancestor or family member was very like witchy, so to say. I kind of don't like the word because it's just been so tabooed. I am going to vape through these videos, you guys. I try not to, but it's just, this is a really interesting message. And I feel like somebody knew or somebody knows there's something bigger being created here and has been created by their past lessons, by their past failures, even maybe their hard times. Like the reason why this deer is next to her now, even though she wears the antlers of another deer, he doesn't sense fear. She's learned through her ancestors, they had to do the hard stuff. I feel like somebody's done the hard stuff, like the first hard stuff, and now there's like a feeling here of repaying the debt to the ancestors. Not debt. I hate to call it debt, but like they took like a lot of the hard hits. They went hunting and they wear the crown of like, hey, I had to kill a living thing. You don't. You can be more gentle. You can be more nurturing. You can be less tough, less rough around the edges. That's the message I'm getting. And I feel like this person in your life, whether they're here or past, and with the magician here, I feel like there's something happening here. Creation, that I'm getting the same energy as a magician. Like something's happening, something's coming to. They could be creating, like, there is this feeling here of like crossing over. And I don't mean like, but it could mean crossing over, passing. But remembering the memories and the lessons that they taught you about being gentle and kind and nurturing, because I feel like their life was tougher. This is an interesting message. The black umbrella is, okay, so umbrellas come through to me as protection and feeling like secure and safe in like the storm or the weather and stuff we can't control. And the black specifically of course, talks to me about shadow and grieving. And I feel like there is a grieving here, or but there's something being, what I think is coming through with the palmistry. It's like what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling is whoever this is, and I do feel like maybe this person has passed or is getting ready to pass. This is weird. I never get this. I'm not a medium, or what you would consider a medium, but sometimes I do get these interesting messages where I feel like I got the memory thing, and I got it like almost like somebody had Alzheimer's, or and like this is part of their crossing or passing, but it's like about remembering what they have said and communicated to you, and given you the tools to be kind and gentle and nurturing and be one kind of with nature. And like I'm feeling that very esoteric, like witchy-ish kind of like I'm feeling that energy. Like this could be a person who did like was very one with nature and the elements, and spoke maybe even about moons and esoteric stuff, or even like folk tales or like myths or legends. And I'm feeling like there's a feeling here of wanting, and whether this is like you or somebody around you, but wanting, this is part of the creation. This is part of life, is what I'm feeling. This is part of the wheel turning. This is part of the cycle. This is part of nature. It's just like in the past, the ancestors had to hunt, and they wore the antlers to show that they made the kill, and they were good hunters or whatever, gatherers. But now this deer is being recognized with this wreath around the neck and cherished and treasured. Where it used to, it's not that I don't feel our ancestors hated animals at all. And then we got the animal allies. I feel like they did what they had to do, and that's like a message. They did what they had to do. They be responsible, and this could be another message for whoever this is for: being responsible and doing what you have to do, and remembering the lessons you've been taught. There is some kind of grieving, but it's all kind of part of the big picture. Palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. It's part of destiny. It's part of, there's something here. I'm going to read that crossing and that creation. The Magician is definitely creation energy. And I'm getting that fingerprint too, like a DNA. This is definitely feeling like a family member and a woman. I am feeling that. A strong, kind of rough around the edges kind of woman. But possibly struggling with either memory, or they're asking you to remember your ancestors and remember their cycle of life and remember how it works. Remember this is part of it. And to move through it, cross through it, pass through it as they have. Let me read this real quick. Creation. $38. Our creativity is deep power. As humans, we all have the ability to make things, to imagine, summon visions that don't yet exist in the world as form, and draw on our energy, ability, and power to bring them to life. That is manifesting something here. Make art, meaning, space, connection, and so much more. We summon potential and work with the raw materials we have to make something that hasn't existed until now. Could be something around you in nature that you could use to create something, maybe write or paint or take pictures or something. There is something here also, but it's in nature. Let's see here. Creativity asks us to open to our own power and the powers beyond. And that's believing in beyond, believing in the beyond after the crossing, or the, as the wheel turns, just having that faith in nature and the cycle of life and the animal allies and the responsibility that comes with being here. Which is part of our responsibility, is understanding that while we're here, we can create and we live and we learn and we share ourselves and we nurture the things we love. But it comes to an end, but then it's recycled or it becomes something new. Like this deer has the wreath around its neck now, and it's not dead, obviously. It's very alive and well, because time has passed. Things have changed. That's what I'm feeling. That things have changed. Creativity asks us to open to our own power and the powers beyond, to be in a collaborative partnership with the divine, the world around us, the elements, and the power of our own imagination. Creativity reminds us that we are not only active participants in our world, we are also co-create our worlds. What will you bring to this task? What might you create? The themes: power, agency, collaboration, partnership, inventiveness, and possibility. How might you open to the vast divine power of your own creativity? What wants to come alive through you? What might it look like to spend intentional quality time in imaginative space? How might you open to the visions that exist there? My creativity is divine power and holy presence. I bring magic to the world through my art. There could be something here that you are trying. But I am feeling like there's another message here coming through, like from an ancestor or a mother figure who might not have full capacity to express something to you about not like living, you know what I mean? Not expressing your spirit, or not being secure, feeling like, I'm going to read that crossing too. But you could very well be needing and having something here around you that's creative, that you could be working on creating right now. Whether this is like in nature, animals, something to do with, it's raw materials. It's taking something that looks like nothing and turning it into something that's very obviously something. Crossing. Crossing. And it looks like bubbles. It doesn't look like snow. It almost looks like bubbles. 26. It's above. But I am getting that grieving energy. It's weird. Life asks us to embark on lots of tiny adventures, lots of journeys from one side to the other. There's a time and a place for grand adventures, bold moves, and big leaps, but most often our lives are defined by the cumulative collection of tiny choices. You could be getting ready to make a choice, to do something, feel something, do something different that makes you feel better. Remember that time. Daily acts of devotion and fleeting moments of grit. By habits of stepping towards the person we want to be, the life we want to live. To choose a kind word instead of a harsh one. To maintain a good habit even when we feel weary. To step out into the world, even when we feel small. What might it mean to notice, name, and celebrate the small, unassuming, and seemingly insignificant moments of making it to the other side, and of saying yes to the journey in the first place, because those moments of crossing into a new reality and possibility may seem small, but they add up to something grand. Devotion, decision, commitment, and small steps. Okay, so I will say this with the door. When I was meditating on this card while I was getting the other cards for this pile, there is a small step here. And I was thinking whoever this is for is working on it step by step. Working on something step by step. And it could be getting out of old, like taking responsibility for the past, and also like healing. Like there's like a feeling here of creating something really good from something that may have even been rough, is what I'm feeling. And I feel like whoever this is, I am feeling like it's kind of a message saying, remember, every choice you make matters. The way you use your tools matters. It's like, I've taught you that through my mistakes. You learned this from me. Like, you can take the things I've learned and not do the same for yourself. Like, and it has something to do with this poverty mindset, or not feeling like you're enough, or not, maybe not taking care of your body or your finances or something like that. That's what I'm feeling. And like using your magic, your creativity, your tools to create something that helps you feel and makes you more abundant, and it brings you to that place you want to be, the person you want to be, the job you want, something like that. So whoever this is for, that's the message I got for you. We will get on to the next pile, which is pile 2, here in just a second. Okay, we are pile 2. Okay. All right, let's see what you guys got. Was this door? Oh, forgive and forget. Maybe some healing going on, needing to really, really get over something maybe from the past. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies. Arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. Choose to forgive. Choose to forget. Think about the good times. Awaken to see a new day, a new dawn. It feels like something from the past could be holding you back from really experiencing a clearer, lighter, pure energy is what I'm feeling. So let's see what your guys' major is. And we got harmony, temperance. It's going to bring you a lot of peace here. Even, it's like taking two, this is like temperance. So it's like taking two very opposite things and combining them and going through them and through them and through them until they mix, until it creates a nice, consistent consistency, patience, peace, because when these two things don't mix, it just creates a divide. So this is really bringing two things together. Maybe the way you think about something and the way you feel about something is what I'm feeling. There could be something you really need to forgive and forget in order to have harmony and peace in your life, and have a new opportunity to experience things lighter. It feels pretty, like it's pretty heavy. And Spirit's asking you to step through that door, that threshold of forgiveness, and find that. Okay, so I look at temperance. It's like, to me, temperance is almost like, it's kind of magician-y, but it's like it's inside. It's all inside. It's like how you feel inside, about like matching the stuff outside of yourself to the inside, like making them match up where it feels like in alignment. There's something here that doesn't feel in alignment, and it's probably that you are refusing to forgive or forget or move on from something from the past. Let's see what else we got for now. With your guys's, we actually got 4 cards. I was only getting 3 for the other piles, but this one had 4. So let's see what we got. The Knight of Moons, moving forward, acting on your emotions, putting action behind the way you feel. You could be holding back some emotional feelings and showing those emotions because you're kind of refusing to a new day, a new dawn. Clear the slate, clean the slate. The Sun, to be happy. You want to move forward and be happy. Oh, and this came through this hole in the wall, this obstacle energy today that has looked like it's kind of coming through like, yes, our obstacles are obstacles. And like right when we think we're comfortable and we're sitting comfortable, something we relied on maybe gets damaged. Like it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a health issue, it could be anything. But it gets damaged. A boulder falls on it. That's what I got through. I think it was Cancers. But then once you're like, okay, this already happened. There's nothing I can do about that. What's under there is damaged. But then when you move the obstacle, when you move the boulder, you see that it now has created a new clarity, a new focus, a new insight into what truly you want and what makes you happy, and even maybe a path forward into that happiness. It's like feeling like you were blocked by being happy and peaceful. And like I'm getting that sun energy through this door also. You can see that sun on the other side, but it's like you're choosing to stay in this like but it's coming through like asking you to take the step forward, to forgive and forget and move forward into this more happier energy, which is available to you. It's right there. It's open. The door isn't shut. There's nothing blocking or obscuring your vision. You can see something very clearly now. It could be what you want. It could be feeling like, yes, I really do want to walk through this, but there's like a resistance here. And then we got the 4 of Stars because there's a holding on. There's a going back and forth with the 2 of Moons here. This 2 of Moons is like the 2 of Cups. There's, this is a relationship. This feels like a relationship reading, actually. And the 4 of Stars is like you're still hanging on to something that makes you feel secure. That could be staying inside this safe, secure place. And I always feel like this is just the ego wanting to not, like, how do I put that? There's times our minds will say that person hasn't changed, and it's to protect us, and it's to keep us away from harm or more pain. But we understand living here, being a human, pain comes with living, but so do a lot of good things. And we're missing out on the good things by always trying to our egos overprotecting ourselves, or not stepping forward and forgiving and understanding we're all human and we make mistakes. There's a feeling here of wanting to move forward with something emotional that will make you happy. A relationship of some sort, or a partnership, or even, but there's a holding on here to something that makes you feel secure. But it's almost like once you release that, and it's like kind of feels like a false sense of stability. It's like, yes, if I hold on to this anger, or I hold on to this resentment, or I hold on to this, this pain and these lies, then I don't get hurt and I don't have to be emotional. I can stay angry. But it says arise and awaken. See a new sunrise. See the new day. It's what's past is past. There's something here you need to let go of. So you can move forward. A ritual cleansing of pain and lies forgive and forget. You could even be needing to do this for yourself if this isn't about someone else. But there's definitely something needed here to cleanse and purify some holding on to some grudges, some pain, some uncomfortable feelings here. To have a new day, a new happiness, a new sunrise, something good, positive. This could be moving away from a relationship also, but I'm really not getting that. I'm getting more like it's about knowing that these obstacles are actually making it more clear that you even want, like, how do I put this? That you don't want to be where you've been. Like, there's a feeling here of, it's like you can see like exactly what you need to move towards, because it makes you want to show emotion towards something. You want to move towards something with your heart, with your feelings. Could be a relationship, but there's this holding on to something that makes you feel secure. This could even be holding on to something physical, like a home or a, instead of moving forward and going into the kind of bright unknown, but it's brighter, it's better. Even if you're trying to hang on to this security or this stability that you have. That's what I'm feeling. So let's look at this. Hope. That's what I'm getting. There's like this feeling of something that really good. This feels like a relationship, but it feels like there's been a lot. Lies, maybe. A lot of stuff. And it's like, forgive and forget. Arise to a new day. There's still hope. There's something here magical, like this hope for the future. Hope for happiness. Let's see what else. Potential. I'm getting this. Like, there's something, either this means forgiving, forgetting, cleansing a relationship or something you're already in, or moving towards something new that has potential that you see. I could go towards that, but I'm hanging on to this. Something you're hanging on to, whether this is a grudge or not forgiving somebody, is holding you back from moving forward and showing your emotions, giving your emotions and your happiness and your love and your emotional body to something or somebody else. Someone, this could be in a relationship, you're holding back. The potential. There's potential here. Something you want to move towards with potential. Entropy. Interesting. It feels like the death card. It feels like there's potential moving forward into a much brighter, better place here. But you need to release something here. Something that does make you feel, you need to invest. That's another thing I feel with the Four of Pentacles. It's about investing what you have into something. Even though this makes you feel stable, but when you invest your material body, yourself, your whatever, speaking your emotions, taking action on that into something that you feel strongly about, it actually makes you feel more stable. Although you have to get over the insecurity and the fear of the deceit, the lies, the imperfections of every relationship. Every human being is not perfect. And I'm really getting a strong message to say, forgive, forget. And like this death card, it's like eating this snake. I'm going to read, it's not a death card, but it says entropy. I'm going to read that. Potential. As sweet grass in the field holds the potential for cleansing and healing, we hold within us the means to create positive effects on others and the world around us. Consider the realm of possibilities and weave the elements of your life together like blades of grass to manifest the highest good. Oh, that's nice. And then we got entropy. Oh, that's one's over here. Breaking down of order, degeneration, collapse may indicate a state of chaos, disturbance, death, end of a cycle. Yes, there's something here that needs to come to an end. There needs to be a closure, forgiveness, moving on, forgive, forget, whether you're with this situation still or you're leaving the situation, there still needs to be a sense of peace with it. Peace within, with everything outside of yourself matching up to the way you feel inside. If you don't feel good, like leaving with bitterness in your heart or staying with bitterness in your heart, then cleanse your heart. Either way, I'm feeling like a heart cleansing with this. So that's nice. That death, I was feeling that death, the end of something. There could have also been, but I'm feeling that there's this like renewed, hopeful energy available to you right now, whoever that is during this full moon. And if you picked this pile, and then we got melody and a journey. Oh my. Okay, so music might be especially important to this relationship or this, or listening to music, or it could be something you guys share. But then we got the journey, and it's this couple walking down this really long road together. And there is this shadow and this darkness in this melody card. I'm going to read both these. The journey. It's a very long road, but they're walking it together. Oh my gosh, this makes me like teary-eyed, you guys. Like, I'm seriously like feeling this emotionally. So whoever this pile is for, this is a very special relationship or a special connection. And there's just something unforgiving here that needs to be released. Because there's still a lot of potential and hope. And there's this journey you guys are taking together, or you're wanting to take with somebody. You feel like you want to take action towards. But on the other side of that is this 4 of stars, this holding on. Holding on. You could be holding on to this love too. Holding on to this hope. Holding on to this potential. Because there is something here. Let's see. Melody. Oh, this is the deep place. Hold on. This is really beautiful. Melody. 19. We're all part of an unfolding melody, a song as ancient as life itself. Music is an elemental of the trees, the waters, the fires, the birds, and the lunar phases. It's a sanctuary for beauty, a space for story, and a language we feel in our hearts and understand in our bones. The melody of life invites us to join the chorus, to call to the sacred, remember our aliveness, and speak beauty into existence by adding our voice to the hymn of creation. What song is yours to sing? What melody longs for your contribution? Beauty, voice, music, community, and ritual. I was talking about a cleansing ritual. Cleansing whatever this is, purifying, seeing the beauty in it, seeing the potential, the hope, the harmony, seeing the good, seeing the sun, moving towards it, releasing some more uncomfortable, sad, darker energy. Understanding what song is yours to sing, what melody longs for your contribution. What song are you a part of? Or, you know, it feels like a duet kind of thing, you know? Like you're part of this. That's what it feels like. Journey. 95. Life is a path we walk, It's an adventure filled with all sorts of unexpected encounters, unforeseen challenges, and surprising roadblocks. Navigating the journey asks us to get creative, practice resilience, and be flexible with our plans. It asks for devotion, trust, and the one right next step. We might get to the destinations we envisioned, or we might end up on a whole other part of the map. But either way, we become someone different having made the journey. Yeah, it's kind of saying, I'm feeling like, you may not know where you're going with this, whether this is a new endeavor that you need to move towards and you're holding on to something old, or you're holding on to not forgiving somebody in your life right now that you want to forgive and you want to move forward with and take the journey with, and you're like, but it's saying, embrace the unknown. Either way, you're going to learn something and you're going to get something from this. There's something really nice here. It may be what you envisioned, or it might be a whole nother part of the map, but either way, we become someone different having made the journey. Adventure, pathway, devotion, and strength. It takes a lot of resilience, and it takes a lot of this obstacle, it takes a lot of strength to move obstacles and to use those obstacles as a means to create a clearer path for you. That's what I'm feeling from this reading, you guys. So that is pile 2's reading. And this is your full moon reading. I really like that. It sounds very encouraging for some kind of relationship or moving forward, whether this is into a relationship or away from something into something else that makes you feel good. But I feel like you got to release some grudges, some stuff here, and hold on to hope and have faith in the journey. I feel that Fool energy all over this. I'm surprised at harmony, but there's just something you're not doing that isn't matching up. There's something you are doing or not doing that's matching or not matching up to what you feel inside. It's like you may be acting one way, but feeling a whole nother. So to bring those into alignment, you got to take what you're feeling and act on it. If you feel like running to this person, hugging this person, sharing yourself with this person, forgiving this person, and cleaning the slate or whatever, or if this is about leaving and you feel like, oh, I'm holding on to something, but I really don't want to. I really truly don't feel, but you're holding on to it for some security reasons or some kind of reason like that. It's time to let go of that too. And have peace in your heart as you walk either into or away from some kind of relationship or some kind of commitment. But it's really saying to embrace the journey. You're either way, you're learning and you're becoming somebody different through this obstacle, through this challenge, through this relationship. But it's also hopeful. It's also there's possibilities in it. It's really nice. So that's a nice message. All right, so 1 second and we'll get to pile 3. All right, pile 3. This was the stone. And this was the door. On the back of this door, it says, Distant Dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Oh, this feels like something you really, really want, but it feels blocked. Whatever this is you want, it feels blocked to me. It feels like you have to go through a whole bunch of emotional stuff to get there. But to keep dreaming it, and it will happen. Keep going through the water, keep going through the emotions, keep treading water, and this door is bound to open for you. There feels like a determination to get through to something, through to a dream or a vision you've had. It feels though like, oh, I don't know how much longer I can do this. It feels frustrating. It feels like you've been scratching on this door for a minute, trying to get in. You could be trying to get closer to somebody or something, a goal. This could be a relationship, but it feels emotional. It feels like I'm tired. This door is not opening for me, but it's saying, I know it feels distant. This is what I'm hearing. It feels distant. I know it feels distant. But you've dreamt it. It's already became. You just have to hold on a little longer. That's what I'm feeling. So let's see what, we're going to put that right up there. It feels heavy too. really nice. All right, so let's see what major you guys are. The Tower. Yeah, it feels like something here is completely changing, and this may not have been a comfortable change. Maybe it feels like you're just never going to be able to rebuild something or restructure something, and it feels like all is lost. And you're feeling like hopeless. This is what I'm feeling for this pile. But this has to happen so something new can be built here. Let's get some more on this. Let's see what your 3 tarot cards were. The World, the end of a cycle, the beginning of something new, the 8 of Stars, working on it. This is the rebuilding process. This is putting the time, the energy, the effort, and the details into the new. Like what was old wasn't working out. Maybe the door felt, very close to you. But it's like, and then we got the 10 of Swords. Yes, something here has just been you're at the very end. It's like it's right there. Your happiness is right around the corner. Something's opening up for you, but you got to put the work in. There's a feeling here of it being the end of a lot of just frustration, pain, and feeling like hopeless. Like it's the end. Like there's nothing here for me. That's what I'm feeling. There's nothing here for me. I'm never going to get anything from this. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. But I feel like there's a strong message here saying pay attention to the details. Pay attention to the work you're doing right now at this time during this full moon, you guys, whoever this is resonating with. So let's see what the oracle is. Interconnected. Something here you may feel like you don't like you're being blocked from it. That's what I'm feeling. But it is part of your journey here. And maybe learning patience or learning resilience or understanding that you have to go through some emotional stuff you might even have to I'm feeling like holding your breath. And I did feel that at the beginning of the reading, that like coming up for air. And then these are lungs. That's interesting. I feel like they're connected. Like you may be holding your breath, waiting for something to happen here, something to open up for you. And it's making you feel like it's never going to open up for me. There's nothing here for me. But I feel like there's something you're missing. Like if you okay, so when I was meditating on this card for this pile, I was like, oh, whoever this pile is for has been treading this water, scratching this, trying to get somebody to let them in, is what I'm feeling. They need in. They're tired. They're about ready to drown. They can't hold their breath any longer. They can't stay treading water forever. Somebody needs to let this person in. Now could be you needing to let somebody in, or vice versa. But look, it's like, but nobody's coming to the door. Nobody's answering the knock. Nobody's listening. That's what it feels like. And then there's this little, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little opening right there, the bottom. And I feel like, wow, how far does that go down? And could you remove a couple more bricks and get in there? Get in there by removing a couple more, but thinking differently. Thinking, instead of waiting for somebody to do it, why don't you just start doing the work? paying attention to the details, maybe destructing what you've already built, taking apart what you've already built to restart a fresh thing. Like there's something here, this could even be like, I'm just getting a feeling like there is a way through this. It's just there's some kind of what you wouldn't think would be helpful is the way. It's like tiny though. Like there's like some kind of tiny detail or something here. This is interesting. It's like swim a little deeper, like go a little more into your emotions. And I feel like you're going to find like the way through this exhaustion or this feeling of like being blocked. I don't know if your heart's blocked off or somebody else's, but that's kind of what it's feeling like. Interconnected. Let's get erosion. Yeah, something has, and this is emotional too. I always look at the erosion, like water erodes like hard things. And that's what's happening under this door too, is an erosion process. Like, and as soon as all these bricks are like, and you may be able to help this along by like swishing the water around, like getting in there, like emotionally and doing the work, digging, paying attention to details. Maybe it's emotional details. Maybe you need to, there's something here about really putting your time and energy and effort into doing something that seems tedious and it seems hopeless. And it's like, well, this is going to take me too long. Like, this has already taken me too long is what I'm feeling like. It's like, what? This is never happening. Like, I've been at this forever and it's not working. But you haven't looked down. You haven't started doing like, you've also been kind of going to the normal like way in. There's another way in, if that makes sense to whoever this reading's for. It feels like there's another way in, and it's not through the door. It's through the water. It's through the psyche or the emotional. There's an emotional path in, and it's going to require you to move some hard blockages out of the way to let more like you need to become more emotional. That's what I'm feeling like. You need to be more emotional, but still keep your wits about you. I mean, and then we got the flame. Flame. This is new fire. I'm feeling that Ace of Wands. Feeling like a new warmth, a new desire, a new passion. Something, a new sustainable. This is sustainable. Like when you get through this obstacle, or you start kind of not doing the normal thing that you've been doing, because you've been doing something like the same and nothing's happening, nothing's opening up for you. It's saying you need to go do a little more digging and going deeper into your like emotional and psyche and do like some really heartfelt work here is what I'm feeling, to break down some blockages. You may not be opening up yourself emotionally because you've been hurt really bad. Like with the Ten of Swords here, it's like, but you have to put the work in to heal that and work on that and see that. And then we got beauty and togetherness. Could be the way you're seeing it. Maybe you're only looking at the scratches on the door, and you're not paying attention to it's distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. Yeah, it's like keeping your heart trapped. And your passion. Showing warmth, showing emotion. I'm going to read that interconnected and these, and we're going to see interconnected here. Bear with me here. It's weird. I got that holding the breath to go like around this obstacle or under this obstacle, because it's like, but then like on the other side, there's like at least a warm place to like, there's some kind of, it's going to take a little bit of energy and effort. A lot, actually. You may just be expecting somebody to come open the door for you and somebody to do the work for you. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And you got to do it. You are one part of an infinite multidimensional mosaic. Invisible yet almost tangible threads connect us to everything and connect everything to us. Our similarities, such as human lungs, looking and serving almost exactly like a tree's root system. That's interesting because the trees are in this tower too. And it's like, then there's this underneath of this door too. It's like, go to the roots of it. Get to the root of what's happening here and do the work. Like there's something here rooted deep. And I don't think it's necessarily maybe somebody else. I think it's some work you need to do with your roots, with your, the pain you've allowed people maybe. You need to rethink about how you're getting your help or your comfort, your security, your warmth. Are you getting it through the means of somebody else, or are you getting it yourself? Are you going to your roots? There's just something here. It's interesting. The more energy and oxygen you give to those invisible threads, the more you can feel that breath, taking connection to all that surrounds you. I'm feeling that with this beauty card too. And that's not the one I'm reading. I'm reading the interconnected, but I am the beauty. You know, it's like she's coming up from this water and she's getting a breath of fresh air and she's seeing. It's interesting. You are being asked to cultivate these threads, to tend to them and help make new connections. Seek out more similarities within the mosaic. Add more pieces to it. The more ways you are connected to the realms all around you, the further your soul can expand and travel. More connections means more pathways, leading you to places other than the plane of existence you currently reside in. Traveling on these pathways, which you have helped to build, can take your soul to places you never could if you never could have imagined. Yeah, I feel like you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it's just but there's like something here maybe that even you started or you notice like here, oh, there is another way. There's something else, and it leads to a huge like underground sewer system, you know, and next thing you know, you're walking, you're not swimming anymore, you're not treading water, you're in a whole another realm, you're in a whole different place than you were, because you've changed this, I feel like a waiting energy. It's like you helped build this. Like, I feel like you're like, this is my door. I know this is my door. I helped make this. This is mine. Let me in. And it's like, well, there's also like this undertone or something like, how do I put this? It's such a strange energy. There's also like this whole like another place that you also built. And maybe you have to kind of walk through your shadows or walk through your barriers and your emotions and your psyche to get out of this like continuous like same thing. It's like the same door. It's the same routine. It's the same pattern. It's the same connection. When going a different route here leads you to a different connection or a different system, a different process. There's something here like that. Let me go to this beauty and togetherness. Maybe you try a different way and it still brings you, it still takes you where you want to go. You just have to take a different route, a different way. Beauty. $21. Okay, beauty exists to be delighted in. There is a whole world of gorgeous light and contour and color that longs to be received and enjoyed. Life isn't always easy. There's challenge and hurt and ugliness. That's what I feel like has been, and it's blocked you. I was feeling that, but there's beauty too, and that beauty is just as real. In so many ways, life is an invitation to notice and receive and absorb. Feel that beauty. To enjoy what's here, simply to amaze, inspire, and delight us in the loveliness. To remember that this beauty exists for you, for all of us. How might you say yes to it and welcome it into your experience? Delight, pleasure, awe, vision, and joy. Yeah, there's definitely something you've been looking at and trying at the same thing. And it's just not like maybe taking this a different path and removing a few of these, like this idea that you have to go through this door and you can't go like under the door or around the door or just go to a different door. Because like it's going to lead you still to something beautiful. And we got togetherness here too. There are journeys we're not meant to walk alone. Moments when we most need. What we most need is presence, partnership, and solidarity. Solidarity. Which of your adventures call for partnership and connectedness above solitude and separation? Are you keeping yourself out of something even though you know by going through some emotional things and knocking down some blockages because of some pain and stuff? Are you keeping yourself away from something you know you could easily get to because like these bricks you put there and you can remove them? Like you've put obstacles up to keep you away from something and now it's time to like, and it's like, now it feels like everything's like, it just feels very like you need to clear the way. You need to clear the way. You need to clear the way. And it's going to be something emotional that does that. You're going to have to go in and cry and release some of these blockages. What might it look and feel like to step into an awareness that love, support, and camaraderie are available in all sorts of ways? Togetherness is simply an experience of saying yes to love, remembering that we're not alone, and stepping toward the bonds of connection that sustain us in hard times. Connection, love, support, allyship, and partnership. How might you deepen, cultivate connection in your life? What kind of togetherness would most support you right now? What kind of connection do you most want to experience? And where is love alive in your life right now? And how might you celebrate that? I feel like you need to put in the work here on maybe a relationship that you're wanting it to be easy or something, and it's not. It's a little more difficult than that because there's a lot of blockages here, but there's a lot of beauty here too. And there's a need to take down, like, it's just interesting because when I turned this over and it's like the trees, and then it's just like there's a clearing. But maybe instead of taking the easy way, it is a little harder. It's a little more difficult, but it leads you, it's a lot better scenery. It's interesting. That's what I'm getting. I'm going to read that erosion and fire. Over time, patterns of repeated experience carve and sculpt our perceptions like water through a canyon. Be aware of old conditioning which may lead to an eventual breakdown. Redirect unhealthy pathways, unhealthy things where it's like, God, my fingers are bleeding. I can't tread one more thing of water. I need to do something different. I need to use my last bit of strength to remove a couple of these bricks and swim under this. Like, go through the water, go through the emotion. Stop avoiding the harder path, but yet it's actually easier because you're in control of that. You're swimming in that. Here, it's like, this is solid wood you have to claw through, or somebody has to open it up. And if that ain't happening, you got to make your own way. That's what I'm feeling. Be aware of old conditioning which may lead to an eventual breakdown, and that is tower breakdowns. Redirect unhealthy pathways of thought into new patterns of consciousness. Like if I just hop up there and scratch this door one more time, or pound on this door one more time, or say this same thing I've said 100 times one more time, this door is going to open and this person's going to let me in, or everything's going to change. And that's just not the case with this reading. That's the message I'm getting. And then let's read this flame. You got to do the work in this. This 8 of Stars is hard, tedious, paying attention to the details, the work. It's not going to come easy. This is not easy, and nobody's going to give this to you. It's like there's obstacles here I feel like you've created, and you're a part of the destruction of them too. But it's going to take your emotions to do that. It's going to take thinking outside of what you've already built and thinking that that's something available to you now, when it's just not. You have to take a different route. It's interesting. That's what I'm getting. It feels kind of harsh. The product of fuel and spark, a blaze of inspiration, ignition and call to action. Feed the fire with conscientious direction to see how brightly it can burn. May indicate the pursuit of a passion project. Yeah, you can feel very passionate about this. There is a needing to and wanting to connect. But there's this blockage, and you may be sitting there like beating your hands against the door going, why aren't you connecting with me? Why aren't you opening the door to me? But it's like you aren't taking the path that's needed to get there. Like, maybe the door's like, I get these little stories and like metaphors. It's like, maybe the door's stuck. Stuck like this because it's there's something here you need to learn. And you need to go through to be on the other side. It's just not there's just a feeling here of, don't give up on your dream. It's there. It's right there. Right in reach. It's just not it's not what you're looking at. You aren't looking, it's the same dream. It's just, you're going to get there differently. You're not going to get your dream going through this door. You're going to get it going under this door, through the emotional, through the water, through the psyche, going deep. And then you're going to find out why this door did not, why the door didn't work. That's what I'm getting. Like, the door doesn't work. Like, it's broke. The door's broke. A door could represent an in and out. You use a door to in and out, in and out, in and out. Maybe you've been back and forth, or somebody else has, or you have, and that's the obstacle. Now they're like, no. Or something is saying, no, you've left, you came back, you left, you came back, you left, you came back, and now that's not open. You have to get here this way now. I'm still here on the other side, but this door is broke because it's been closed and opened too many times. Something like that. It's almost like, it's like I want to open the door, but it won't open. It's broke. Because there's a new lesson to be learned here. Something like that. That's what I'm getting for your guys' reading. Whoever this is resonating with. I hope that helps somebody. That's an interesting reading. But yeah, interconnected. And you may need to like hold your breath to get through these emotions. You may need to like, by holding your breath, I mean hold your thoughts. Like don't think about, maybe you're thinking too hard about just this one way. Like I'm feeling like that hyper-focused like energy was like you need to step outside your normal way of thinking or your normal routine and do something a little different. Add a different detail to it. Add something different to it. But keep working on it because it's your dream and it's what you want. But there's just something here you need to do differently. Because this just, it's like kind of wasting energy and time when there's like it might be a little harder because it's wet and it's water and everything's harder in the water. But it's actually easier than it, and it actually might be taking less time depending on how deep you have to go. You know, this is, you only know that, but it says the distance. It feels like you're going to have to go the distance. You're going to have to dedicate your time and energy to this. It's not going to be a quick in and out fix. It's not going to be a quick in and out, somebody else can't fix this or make this better. You have to. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps somebody. I hope you guys have a good full moon today. I always appreciate you guys liking, subscribing, and coming and watching the videos. I decided to try this pick a card. I did these way back when I first did the channel, but I feel a lot better about them now. Everything's new when you're starting out with this stuff, but I really feel like this is cool. And I'm not going to have time to do like full moon readings for everybody. So I wanted to do just a full moon, like pick a card. That way everybody can have a full moon reading, whatever it calls to them. So as always, thank you again. Have a good day and we'll talk to you later.